First up, what a wild weekend. Great event. Las Vegas Challenge is done. We had a huge playoff between Gannon Buhr and Drew Gibson. Went down to the wire. If you did not watch it, please go watch post-produced. It is a tournament that you won't want to miss. I wanted to dive into a very interesting stat that I came across. 26 people were within 10 strokes of the leader going into the final round. Now, that seems like a great number. That's what you want. You want action at the top of the leaderboard. Now, everybody talked about how we have such a big group of competitive disc golfers now, but I think we did the last few years as well. The difference this year was nobody stood out from the crowd. So let me explain. The last 3 seasons, the leader going into round 4 won this event. Eagle McMahon, Nate Sexton, Calvin Heimburg all had leads going into the final round, and all shot much better the first 3 days than Drew or Buhr did this year. Those guys averaged almost 6 strokes better than what Gibson and Buhr did this year. And the truth is, when you adjust their scores and the leader for this year's score, the field actually stays about the same. 2022, you've got 22 people. 2021, 16. 2020, back at 22. 2019, at 20. The competitive field was roughly the same. It was just the fact that the last 3 years, you had somebody push out and have a dominant performance. We didn't have somebody like that for the first 3 rounds of the event this year. And that's why it felt like a more competitive event, even though this is the same old thing. It was just the fact that nobody took charge. Now, maybe that has to do with course design. When you look at the past 4 events, this is the first year where the winner had better scores on the Innova courses, rounds 2 and 4, combined, than rounds 1 and 3. So it actually could be due to the course design that caused people not to have a breakout in those first 3 rounds, and the Innova course was actually the deciding factor. It's really funny seeing somebody like Calvin Heimburg come out and say that he expected the field to shoot better, but he was spot on. That first round really was abysmal for the competitive field, those top guys. They had combined 3 rounds that were better than 10 under. The past 3 seasons had significantly more double-digit under rounds than this year. And maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this will be what we see going forward from the Las Vegas Challenge. Don't kid yourself and try to convince me that this was a closer field, a closer and more competitive field than the years prior, because it just wasn't. We just didn't have a standout performance.